Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm having a hard time not just constantly smiling. I just got back from the park, from the Recovery Cafe's local picnic not too long ago, and it was freaking sweet. I'm so glad. Of course, I'm incredibly grateful that they hosted it, especially, this is the first year that they've done this. To the park that it was hosted at was amazing, and I'll kind of get to that in just a little bit. But I mentioned that because this had to have costed thousands of dollars to have everyone there. And also, I'm just incredibly grateful that I did go because in the past, and I even still, when they first announced it, have thoughts or had a thought of, oh my god, that's gonna be boring, it's a picnic, nothing to really do with the fact that it's from the Recovery Cafe, and therefore not even recovery focused, but at the very least no substances including alcohol there, nothing to do with that. But just, I don't, blah, 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 blah. Just making excuses as to why it would be better for me to not go and just, probably end up sitting at home doing absolutely nothing, which can be dangerous territory because that can be triggered. And for me, boredom is definitely a big trigger for me. I've kind of thought about, I like HALTs, just a quick aside, I like the HALT acronym, the hungry, angry, or in my case, anxious, lonely, tired. Those are definitely 4 big triggers, but I kind of throw in, I guess my acronym, and it's not mine, but I haven't really seen this, and you could alter it to yourself, but mine's be halted. So boredom, definitely a huge trigger, as well as excitement, or just having a good time, because I fall into that mindset of, well, we're already having a great time, it's like, let's have a better time. Let's drink, because that's, it won't be like the million other times that you did where it really did nothing to enhance the event, other than, possibly ruin it, or at the very least, if you're fortunate, really no effect. You might have thought it was enhancing the event, but not really. Oh, and I apologize for the AC unit, but it's ridiculously hot here. I think it got up to 99 degrees. I don't know what the current temperature is, but I'm very blessed that we do have that. Very blessed to have a house, too. Especially sober living house, given my need for accountability. But yeah, it's been a hot day, and I don't know if it's really apparent. I guess I'll have to kind of watch my video I did before today, without sound, because again, I kind of just feel cringy. I'm getting better at it though. It's not even like I'm self-conscious. I don't know. It's not that I think I have a bad voice or anything like that. It's just hearing myself. I don't know. So that's something I need to work on. And I think I mentioned this in a video. It doesn't help that, one of the guys in jail when I did my time, had, about halfway through, was talking to me about how he heard my voice and kind of the way I spoke and thought I was a narc, there to kind of snitch on people, and even intentionally placed. I don't know why that sounded so weird, but anyways, I'm just completely just going down the wrong or different paths here. Although I'm not making this video with anything in mind, just kind of, I don't know, it's just, as you can tell, I'm in just such a great mood. But yeah, so I'm curious as to how my You know, I guess maybe also I'll really see it in the next few days, when hopefully it's not burnt, but it'll turn into a nice tan. Even though it's not something I really care about, but I mean, it's nice. It's nice to look tan. It's just nice to be out in the sun and, you know, having that increase of melanin, you know, from tannin or prior exposure. It can be helpful. I mean, if you do a lot of outdoor activities. So yeah, but yeah, so that's kind of also why, yeah, just the excitement, and I don't know where I was going from that one. Oh yeah, because I was saying, you know, I would have just been like, oh, I'm gonna stay at home instead, and probably been bored. So let me finally go back. It's a very circumstantial video here. But it was great. I had a really fantastic time. I'm really thankful that they hosted it. I mean, it was such an awesome park. Huge, very huge park. So that alone was already fantastic. But the amenities, I guess you could say, or just the activities that were in that camp, it was just super cool. I mean, there was as much as you can imagine. Oh, I should have took a picture. They had a Connect 4, like a big Connect 4, which I thought was really cool. I didn't play. Swings, playgrounds. They had one of those big circular rainbow things that you kind of like. You get like 20 people and go up like this, and you know, you can like hide under it. I'm sure if you've been, a lot of people, well, you know, some people at least have had that experience in school during gym or something like that. Let's see, they had a lake with paddle boats. I didn't do that. They had a bouncy house, which I wanted to do, but it's just for me, well, I wasn't there a long time, so there's that, but also it's just, not that I have anything to hide or anything, or you know, I don't know what people, you know, really truly think, so maybe a lot of this is kind of assumptions, but you know, I just don't want to be bouncing around with other kids in there too, and just like, what's that guy doing? I don't care about them being like, that's such a childish thing to do. Even though a lot of the other people there, the adults from the cafe, were talking about doing the same thing too. So, but you know, just I don't want to be accused of, you know, I'm not going to say the word because I think YouTube kind of censors it. But you know, yeah, just not to be a weirdo because of the kids, not because of the activity. I don't think I mentioned they had a swimming pool. Oh, and in the lake they had big old fish, and it was beautiful too because there's just a bunch of dragonflies flying around. They had like a petting zoo, so they did have a few donkeys. I would say the word, but trying not to get demonetized. Well, I'm not even monetized right now, but down the road, that might be something worth pursuing. But you know, I'll talk about that'll be a topic for another video. And I'd say, I know it sounds silly, the thing that was the most cool and most fun was they had a pink lemonade water fountain. So of course, you know, it wasn't a water fountain where you push the button and then water comes out. You push the button and pink lemonade comes out. It's so cool, and it was really good pink lemonade too. It was delicious. That's so cool. I love that. It's like Richie Rich or whatever with like a soda water fountain or something. Maybe I'm misremembering, but you know, it's something that was just seems so unnecessary and extravagant. So that was awesome. And then of course they did serve, I wasn't going to show it, I will, they, in a second, they did serve lunch, which was catered by the place. It was absolutely delicious. They had all different, well, I should say a whole bunch of different things, but they had, nice assortment, watermelon, strawberries, they had corn on the cob, they had salad, coleslaw, they had pork ribs, chicken kebabs, and beef brisket. And I think cornbread too. I'm not a cornbread fan, so I didn't grab any, but really delicious. And then, which no one talked about, because I believe they mentioned there would be food. I mean, of course, it's a picnic. No, they definitely did, because they said to not bring your own food or bring anything like a la potluck style. But they had a raffle, and one second. I was thinking about sitting in this, doing the video, but I didn't know how to really work on that, and I didn't want to take too long dicking around with it. But this is an avocado kind of mesh chair, and what's cool too is it has a little side cooler, and of course cup holder, and apparently doesn't come with the umbrella, but there's like an umbrella holder or something like that, so you could just purchase an umbrella and just put it, and I love it. Like, I love stuff like this. That's so cool. I'm sure the chair looks exactly, oh yeah, oh that's so cool, dude. Well, here, I'll just show a little bit because I don't want to take up too much time, but well, that's not really a great view, but take my word. So I guess I wanted to make this video because of just how awesome it was, but also to really reinforce for myself, living a life of recovery is not just about, because I was going to say not at all, but it really is, but it's not just, the avoidance of negative consequences. Like some people are on probation, or even, seeking treatment and abstinence for other reasons. Let's say there might be a family member that's like, or, spouse, you gotta stop drinking or stop using this substance, otherwise I'm gonna leave you. So, as examples, and that's what drove a lot of my, active recovery since I started last March. And of course, having that be your primary motivator, is really crappy. And I think there's studies too, or at least it's talked about, it's a lot better to have a positive reward versus kind of a negative consequence, aka punishment, or some undesired outcome. But that's what drove a lot of my work on my recovery, because I had entered into the mental health court, and it really showed. I mean, I relapsed. I just had so many positive UAs because I just could not stop drinking, which, I mean, I wouldn't say I feel regrets. It would have been nice to have been able to stick with it and figure, recovery out for myself way back when. But the way I see it, though, is those series of events, if it wasn't for, it being part of mental health court, or at least what they required, because I kept failing my outpatient treatment, I would have never gone into an inpatient. Honestly, I would really never have done the 28 days, let alone 5 days of inpatient treatment. And additionally, because of the mental health court, I would have never done Oxford housing. That's something I was very against. I was very resistant to. I wonder if Lance is coming back home soon. I need to make this, kind of wrap this up so he doesn't, well, I shouldn't say interrupt, but I guess whatever. And you know, both of those I really enjoyed. And in a weird way, I'm also kind of glad I spent that time in jail. It was a very interesting experience, and I've talked about it in one of my prior videos, but maybe I'll do another video in the sometime soon. Well, I shouldn't say soon, but in the near future, with a little more detail, because it's an eye-opening experience. Not even, hey, wow, yeah, I really messed up and now I'm here and this sucks, but just talking with everyone, it's really amazing, the history of some people and kind of how they've navigated through life, and you know, especially with the legal system. So, you know, I am thankful for all of that I've been able to grow and learn from that. Would it be nice to, you know, not have gotten in any sort of trouble and then therefore not lost your nursing license and job and car and all this stuff? Yes, that would have been nice. But on the same hand, I wasn't happy. You know, I was having massive amounts of anxiety. I was having pretty constant, or at least pretty frequent, suicidal